Well, hi, it's Dame Nicole Brandon, and welcome to Unlimited Life. I am so excited and so thrilled for today's show. When I created Unlimited Life, it was my goal and my vision and my journey to bring to you the top experts from around the world that had the keys and the secrets and the tools and the techniques to really live and lead an unlimited life. And I cannot think of a better guest to do that than today's guest. Today we are talking with Anette Halfon. And Anette has blown me away for years. I have been mesmerized by her work and probably one of the greatest fans possible because her work is extraordinary. And I've had the opportunity, it's always wonderful for me because I meet people around the world and I'm always bringing you people, the experts, the pinnacles, the top in their field. But when I've had the opportunity to experience it myself, and I've had the opportunity to work with someone and to have the difference in my very own life, to say that this is something that transformed my life. This is something that opened doorways and pathways and windows to a world I never knew. And Annette's work certainly does that. Annette is a Fung Shui expert extraordinaire. She graduated in theological studies in Germany, and she lives now with her family in Israel, and she really started to read about Feng Shui and decided to get into this in a way that really can not only make a difference in her own world, but in people's lives all around the globe. She has studied extensively, and now she has authored several books, Mirror of Your Soul, Appetizers for Feng Shui and Chinese Astrology, and she's just remarkable. So I am pleased, I am honored, I am privileged to bring to you today's guest, Anette Halfon. Annette, welcome to the show.
Hi, dear Nicole. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's so exciting to be there. And all your words you said, wow, I'm blushing here.
Oh, your work is
so much.
Amazing. It's so interesting to me because you're so humble. And your work is so amazing. And so I guess what I want to ask first is one of my favorite questions to ask people is did you know? You know, like when you helped so many people, when you were a little girl, when you were 6 or 7 or 8, was it instinctual for you just to be helping people?
Yes. I think it's simply my nature. I don't think about it. It's simply I get joy from it if I can help.
Oh, it's amazing. And then you stepped into this world. You were in theology, which is that's amazing to begin with. And then how did you fall into the world of Feng Shui?
Actually, I didn't want to go on making PhD, and because I like people. So I was at the beginning. I grew up my kids, and I was happy being their mom. And then I was looking for something more for myself, also going back to work. And I tried all kind, and then by chance, and there is no chance, I came up at the college here. They had a course for Feng Shui. So I said, okay, that sounds nice. When I started it, I saw, wow, that's for me. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, and that was quite a time ago.
Incredible. So we have people listening from all over the world, from Malta, from South Africa, from France, obviously from Israel, from wherever the nooks and crannies of the world. And so for many, this is a new word, Feng Shui. So can you share with people what Feng Shui is?
That's the question. That's really, really difficult. Because most people, they think it's something that has to do with harmony, with excitement, with the house, and everything is right because it's so complex. I would say it's the reflection of your soul in your home. That means every personality, every person is exactly turning his home into a reflection of himself. Yeah, I would say that's Feng Shui.
That's amazing. I absolutely love that explanation. And you got so seriously into Feng Shui. I mean, you've authored books. And I know that I've personally had the opportunity to take your workshops and to actually to have you come in and do some work in my house. And you make it so easy. You make it so simple. It's really something people can do. They actually can, in a very short period of time, make grand shifts in their life. So I would love you to talk about that.
Yes, I just remember we met last week for the lecture in Los Angeles, and a lady afterwards, the next morning, she wrote me an email. She said, "You wouldn't believe, I was in the lecture, and I did just a few suggestions that you said, and I felt a weight was lifted from me by just doing a few little things." So it's really amazing, because Feng Shui is the art of placement. So wherever I put something, I'm influencing something in my life. And so I can take control. I can move a lot of things in my life. I can change the energy.
That's great. That's really special, and it's really wonderful. And I know that when I was taking your lecture, that you would talk about the elements, the earth and the wood and the fire and the air. And how does that work? How does that incorporate in your home?
Okay, I would say everything that moves in this world is connected to the 5 elements, because this is the cycle of life. The water element gives nutrition to the wood. The wood element is the nutrition for fire. Fire is burning into ashes. Ashes is earth. In the earth we have the metals created, and under the metal we have the water streams, and then we start a cycle again. So everything comes basically back to these elements. So if I want to change something, I have to see what element is missing, and this element can be projected by colors, by furniture, by the way things are, even by the food we eat. And so we can, if let's say a person needs fire, needs more love, needs more attention in its life, then he or she should dress in more red colors, or should eat more red fruits or things like this. And so we can really change the person's habits and being.
That's incredible, even by eating different color food?
Yes, definitely. Also the food goes back to the 5 elements.
That's beautiful. And then I remember you saying something about there are feminine and masculine energies in your house, like areas of your house. And ever since you said that, I've been wandering around my house trying to see, is like this a feminine room or is this a masculine room? And I would love you to share that, because I would love to learn it, as well as I'm sure our listeners.
Okay, so our house is divided into 9 different sectors, equal sectors, and each one according to the direction. We cannot do Feng Shui without the direction. So the first thing you have to know is sun goes up, that's the east. Where the sun goes down, that's the west. According to you can do the other directions accordingly. So the area which is representing the female, the lady in the house, this is the southwest in your home. In each home, the southwest, that's where the lady is represented. If I have there a living room, a bedroom, a kid's room, that's perfect, that's wonderful. If I have a kitchen there, that shows that the lady is cooking, that's great. If I have there bathrooms or utility room, that shows that the lady, she is not herself, she cannot really bring out her possibilities. And then we have to do corrections. And the male energy is found in the northwest in the house. So each northwest, again, whatever we have there, it's influencing my husband, it's influencing the man of the house. And so also we can see, if there is a beautiful room there, then the man, he has authority, he has a good income, he is himself. If we have there a secondary room with problems, like a messy garage or, again, bathrooms or so, then the man simply it's much harder to him to find himself or to make a good income.
That's just, I love this information. It's incredible. And so is it for people to fix their house, I guess that's the way you say it, or to unravel or to open the energy? What is, I mean, because I see things where people can buy fountains or you have water flowing, and how do you know what to put where?
Oh, that's again goes back to the 5 elements, and for this I need the birth date of the person, because according to the birth date of the person, I know what element is he and what he needs. So there is a person that needs more wood, more vitality in his character, so I would put him a plant exactly in his corner. If it's a lady, so I would say put a plant in the southwest area. Or if it's a man, maybe he needs more authority, he wants to be stronger, so we would need a metal item. So we have to look according to the taste and the style of the house also, what fits. Some people, they want to have wind chimes. Other people, they go with religious items. Other people, they want to have it all neutral or modern. So we have to see on the spot what's possible.
That's just so beautiful. It's amazing that you're able to do that with someone's birthday. And then what happens if it's a couple or a family or more than one person lives in the house?
That makes the thing a little bit more complicated, of course. And because then I have to take everybody into consideration.
That's great. So how do people work with you? Do they, I know that you fly people places to do lectures because I've just had the opportunity, the amazing opportunity to work with you here in Los Angeles, and I know you were in New York and that you were in Florida, and so can somebody bring you to Belgium, to wherever, to whatever country they're in, to come work with them?
Not always is the opportunity to come physically into the country, but today on the internet we have Skype, and so I'm doing a lot of Skype sessions.
That's wonderful. And so how does somebody contact you to work with you?
Basically through the internet also.
Okay.
But so my best clients are friends coming from friends.
Yes.
Because people they meet me, most of them, they like me and they refer me further.
That's amazing. And I was reading in your bio that it said that you worked with a master Raymond Lowe from Hong Kong, and that you attended international courses and conferences, and you even have a formal diploma as a senior consultant in Fung Shui. And so how did Master Raymond Lowe influence you, and what was it about his work that actually drew you in further?
I studied the subject 2 years at a college here in Israel, and then I had the great opportunity that Raymond Lowe, he came to Israel, and so I was just for one course to see, and I was so excited that I took all the courses he gave here, and this was like the cream on top of the cake. I mean, most of the material I had studied already, but then he gave me the small insight, like how to use the food for balancing also, or supplements, or little things like this. This I got from him, so that was amazing.
That's just phenomenal. I absolutely love that you were so drawn in, or so enchanted, or so attracted to this, because when you speak and when you teach, there's so much enthusiasm and so much passion and so much joy and so much love in the way that you teach. And I love even your slides. I wish that this was a visual presentation so people can actually see, because you have such a great sense of humor in your slides, and what you choose to show people as positive, negative. I mean, I just love who you are as a person, because you're just such a beautiful person and such a fun person. And some of the slides that really, in my mind, will always stay with me, even from years ago when I met you, was the fact that romance and love. And I remember that at that time, you know, you had gone through my house and I had pictures of ballerinas and single beautiful girls looking outside, and you kept telling me that I had all these single women. And so I would love you to share with our audience about romance and love, because so many of our listeners are so lost, especially it's Christmas, it's New Year's, it's Valentine's coming up, and they're alone. And no matter what they do, they think they're going out to meet the right person, and they just don't understand why that person isn't waiting on their doorstep when they open the front door in the morning. And so, can you help them?
Okay, so the first amazing thing is each time when I come to a house, I look what people have on their walls, what pictures they put on, and you wouldn't believe what I see. Because especially single people, they have the tendency to fill their house up with single people. That means I have pictures of Marilyn Monroe or ballerinas, or these are single ladies, or I have Superman for men, and this is not only it's a sign that they are single, it also prevents them from finding a relationship, because if I want to find a relationship, I have to send out the signals, the energy. I'm ready. It's like a magnet. So if I collect ballerinas, let's say, okay, at least I have to balance them with also collecting some statues of couples. I mean, I don't tell you to throw all the ballerinas out, but I tell you at least don't put them in the romance corner, which is the southwest. The lady is also marriage and romance. So don't put it there. You can put it in the career corner if you want. I don't mind. But at least in the romance corner, I would like to have a couple, because you want to attract this relationship energy. And it's not only by pictures or statues. You can use simple things like the Chinese, they have the symbol of love are the Chinese ducks. So I just found here a beautiful couple of pepper and salt ducks. That was such a sweet symbol of relationship. And I can use this couple, if my kitchen, let's say, it's the southwest, I put this couple there, it's a relationship symbol. That means I'm ready for a relationship. Or if I have one, I want to enhance it. Okay, so I can do this even if I have in my bedroom, let's say, I have one chair. So I add another one. I want to have 2 chairs. I want to have 2 pillows, 2 nightstands. I want to be ready to be in a relationship.
It's so amazing. It's I mean, I love the fact that it's doable and it's easy, and so many people are so stuck, are so sad and so frustrated. And one of the things that really stood out for me is the nightstand. And I don't know why, but because that's something, I cannot tell you how many houses I've been in around the world where I see someone that has one nightstand with one lamp.
Yes, also a lot of single people, they put their bed, they push it to the wall because it has to have more space. But this is also a sign you're not ready for somebody. I was just with a lovely lady in Fort Lauderdale. I told her, listen, you are so wonderful, beautiful. The men will stand in line. Just make some room. Get rid of clutter and make some room in your life. And room, I mean really room in your apartment also. If everything is closed and cluttered, there is no place for new energy to come in. And this new energy might be the new boyfriend or husband.
Wow. This is just, I love the fact that you do this and I share and teach. And I'd love you to talk about your books, because I love your books. I mean, I love you, but I love your books too. And this is such a perfect season too, because people have Christmas and they have Hanukkah and all these Kwanzaa, and they're the greatest gifts, because you're not only gifting somebody this beautiful special book, but you're gifting them a future success health, romance, love, like, it's like all these things I wish for you, I'm giving to you by giving someone your book. And so talk to me about Mirror of Your Soul.
Okay, the Mirror of Your Soul, that's, I'm sorry, it's only in Hebrew. This is a whole guide with everything, almost everything you need to know and what you can do yourself without taking a practitioner. I'm working on the English version. It's translated. It's all ready. I just have to put it together and to give it to someone, to the publisher. But it takes some time. But the appetizers, this is the small version for somebody who has no idea yet what is Feng Shui and just want to get an idea and to want to have an appetite, to open the appetite for it, let's say like this. And it's really sweet, and it gives you a lot of guidelines, a lot of tips, what you can do in your home already in a very, very short version, just by fixing it up, giving attention to certain areas, and that you know what it means also. You can work with your own home according to your own needs. And my newest book now, that is just 3 weeks old, this is Feng Shui for Love. This has a lot of examples what you can do really to enhance the areas in your home that are connected to romance and love and to the wife and husband. And so this is just came out, so this is not yet on Amazon, but you can get it by simply emailing me, and then I can send it wherever you are. So
That's
these
great.
are
what is your email?
my books until now.
Wow. And what is your email, Annette? Yes.
My email is @fengshuim.com. Feng Shui is FENGSHUIM, like mirror.com.
Okay. Because I know I love your material. I'm so enchanted by it. And it's so funny because every time I look at your material, every time I read your books, or even I flip open a page, it looks different, almost as if I've never seen it before. So it's always new and fresh for me, and I'm always like, yes, and I remember something, and then I remember something else. And even I'll walk through rooms in my house, or I'll put something down and be like, oh, no, Annette doesn't want me to put that
there. It's funny. I have a friend. She comes with me to all the lectures. You know her also, Shoshana, and she was, I think, at least 20 times in the same lecture. And she said, you know what? I told her, isn't it boring for you to come with me? She said, no, each time it's different. Each time I learn something new. Because every lecture depends on the people. So,
and when you talk about the directions, this was the first time as well that I've ever heard you say, and I went home and I did it, that you said, oh, your phone has a compass. I didn't know that my phone had a compass, and I can't tell you how many times I tried to figure out what direction in my house.
Because that is, when I make Skype sessions, I noticed this is the biggest problem for people to take measurements with a compass. It's amazing. So I instruct them, I send them pictures how I want it and everything, but still people have problem with this. So my son, that was his idea. He's 17 and it's very practical. I show him before I came now with this new lecture about Feng Shui and love. I showed it to him and he says, Mama, you know what? Take somebody and explain how it works. So this is what I did. So during the lecture, I take somebody with a phone and say, now please find the application, and every smartphone has a compass application. Then you just wait until it opens up and you look into the direction that it tells you. It's easy as it is. And then you can stand in your house in the middle when you want to look for your romance and the lady corner, let's say, it's the southwest. So you're turning until the needle shows you the southwest. Then you go towards this corner or room, and you know this, whatever happens there, this is influencing me when I'm a lady, or my romance, my marriage, my love life. So that was an easy trick, and I got it from my son.
Well, please tell him thank you, and that he's a very smart boy. And
Thanks.
that is very much appreciated by people around the world who were like, well, where is North? Where is the sunset? And I would love you to talk as well, Annette, about health, because so many people, and especially at this time of year when people get colds and flus and whatever, but people that have chronic allergies and illnesses, can you change your health by feng shuiing your house?
Yes. A simple thing is health is connected to the east in your apartment. Okay, so now you have to take your compass. You have to go and see where's the east, or easier where the sun goes up. That's the east. And there, put a fresh plant. That's the easiest thing. Okay, now I want to share with you one experience I had with this. It's so amazing that it's great. I always have to think of this in connection to health. I had a lecture in the States, and after the lecture, a very fragile, sweet lady came to me, and she said, Annette, she was whispering, hardly could talk. She said, Annette, I want you to come to my house. I said, okay. And I thought to myself, oh my God, it's probably too late. Because she hardly could talk. She was walking very, very carefully. So, okay, I took her address, I took her date of birth, and before I come to the house, I do the charts. So I look at her date, and I didn't see any health problems. But this lady, she was suffering. So, okay, so I came to this house, beautiful area, everything. She opened the door very slowly, I went there and I asked her, listen, what are the doctors telling you? Then she said, they don't find anything. Okay, so I got a little bit, so I told her, listen, they are right. I also don't find anything. So let's look in the house why you feel the way you feel. Now, you wouldn't believe. I told you the southwest is the area of the lady. So in her southwest, she had a beautiful workroom. She is a painter. And she had a self-portrait there. And it was a lady sitting there, crouched together, without a face, and she called it the suffering lady. So I told her, listen, your first homework is you get rid of this painting and you paint a self-portrait, the healed and happy lady. And then we went into her bedroom, and now you get the goosebumps if you hear this. She was sure she is dying. Okay, now we come into her bedroom, and in her beautiful bedroom that she has alone, the whole house is her, she had in the southwest a little table there with the ashes of all her late dogs. Death in her bedroom, and she was sure she is going to die. Now, the same with it there, we took all the containers, we took them already to the balcony outside. I told her, you can bring them to a graveyard, you can do whatever you want, but not in the house. So, 2 days later, I made her a follow visit. When I knocked the door, she opened the door, she said, come in, I want to show you what I did already. I looked at her, she was energetic, she was talking, she was walking normally, full of energy. It was simply unbelievable.
Wow. That's fantastic. That's incredible.
Yes, it was simply, she put death in her own mind, in her own home. And she was sure she was going to die.
Mm.
And then
Yes, I was just going to say, just the visual of a suffering lady portrait. I mean, that hurts your heart just when you say it.
Yes. And the face was without a face. That's also something that is totally against Feng Shui. I found this in a few other places also, that especially people, they don't know yet what to do with themselves. They put up pictures, art pictures, with faces without faces. No eyes, no mouth. That shows how they feel.
And I've been to homes, and what happens when you see paintings that are not anything, I don't want to say they're not anything, obviously they are to some people, but they just look like paint splatterings, or they're abstract pieces, or does that affect you as well?
It depends. I ask them because art is something very, very personal. It depends what I see. If I look at the picture and it makes me happy, then it's a good picture. Whatever is on the picture. It can be spots, it can be colors, it can be cycles. So it really depends what the person sees. So if I see special art, then I ask them, what do you see? When the person says, I'm excited, and I say, okay, it's great. But when he says, no, I just got it from somewhere, I didn't know where to put it, then I say, take it off.
And people do that, don't they? They just put it up just because they, I have a garage in my house, and I can't tell you maybe I have many pictures I have just because I didn't want to get rid of the pictures. It's sometime maybe when I was 16 it meant something to me. It was a poster of, a band I liked or dancing or something, or somebody painted something or gave me something as a gift, but yet in my house it doesn't seem like it has any place to hang in my house,
put it
yet
there.
I haven't been able to relinquish it yet.
Yes. I have one sweet client of mine. She has, her house is filled of pictures of her one relative. She's a famous painter, but the pictures are very aggressive. And I told her, listen, do me a favor, take them off. But she says, but this is my relative. When she comes in, what shall I say? I say, tell her, I paid a lot of money for a lady to come in. She told me it's not good for me. So put the blame on me.
That's fabulous.
Yes. But she didn't take them off.
It's amazing that people, when they even have the opportunities to make a difference in their life or a shift in their life, that very often we're so afraid that either it's not going to work, or what if it does work? What if all of a sudden I'm rich and successful and in love?
Yeah, you have to be careful what you wish for. It might become true.
And what about success and finance? Because I hear, things about putting like water fountains by your front door or little frogs with coins in his mouth. And are there ways to enhance finance and success?
Okay, yes, there are. But this depends very much on the house. The area of the finances in the house are the north. So it's always good to have the north nicely and not cluttered. That's the first thing. So if you have a nice room there, whatever there is, it's good. Okay, that's the first thing. Now with a second thing, and this is really, really helpful. When you have a home office, try to sit with your back to the wall, that you are in control of the room, that you see what's going on. Nobody can come from behind and can surprise you. And also, what is important, you have to sit in a good direction for you. Every person has 4 good directions and 4 bad ones. The good ones are all good. The bad are from minor problems to really bad problems. So it's not good if you sit working in one of your bad problems. It's also not good for a child to sleep in areas that are not good for them. And usually our kids, they still feel what's good for them. They sleep in a good direction. But we have lost this intuition. So for us, we have to check it up. So this can be checked up by the date of birth. So if somebody wants to know this, because I cannot say it now for everybody, so please email me, and this is free of charge. I will tell you what's your good directions to sit facing them. And this makes an amazing difference. You will be more concentrated. I have my lady that's doing my website. She said she's working outside. She was in a hotel, and she wrote to me, she said, listen, I was just thinking about you. I was working on a project, and for hours I couldn't get it done because I'm in this hotel room, but then I was remembering you, and I just shifted my place to a good direction for me, and I got it. I got it done. So it's very, very important to sit in a good direction that's personally good for you.
That's, you recently had said something to me about that, and I know I've been in a house that I've been in 2 years, and I've moved my office so many times. It used to be by the front door in the den, and then I moved it to the living room, and then I took my dining room out of the dining room, and I moved my office into the dining room, and I'm constantly trying to figure out which way or which direction feels better for me to be working. And
okay, so maybe next time I come to visit you.
But you had also said something about that you can shift depending on the year, right? That it may be a different direction that you want your desk.
So there are also, every year, there are different directions. They become very good. They bring positive energy of money and success, and other directions, they are not good. So for this year now, until February, we have the Northwest is a bad energy. So if you have your office in the Northwest, you will probably, you have felt it the whole year. Or if your bedroom is in the Northwest, that's also not ideal. And the Northeast also has problems of law. I give you just an example. I had a lady this summer. Her office, and she's a realtor, her office was in the Northeast. And I told her, for this year, I'm sorry, relationship comes later. First of all, we want to get your work back on track. So I moved her office into the bedroom in a good direction, in a good positive energy. And you know what? She was so amazed. Instantly, her work changed and everything became up. It was amazing. So, but then you have to be flexible to move around every year to make changes. I know here in my house, my husband he knows me already. Every year we are moving the desks up and down. Sometimes our bedroom, we're using the guest room for the whole year because of these energies of the year. By the way, I have the corrections, what you can do. It's on my website for everybody, and I really suggest that everybody who listens in, that you read it and you do it. These are important things.
This is great. It's such amazing information. And then what about the things, the symbols, the waterfalls, or the froggies with the coins,
yes.
or the little wooden
ducks? I forgot about the waterfall.
Yeah.
Okay, water is a very, very dominant element. Okay, it can make a lot of good. It can make a lot of damage. So we have to be very careful with water, because usually people know that water is connected to money, and that's why you see every Chinese restaurant has an aquarium, a waterfall or something. But we have to be very careful where to put it. So what I suggest, if you want to have a waterfall, first of all, start with a really small glass with a fish inside. Just we need moving water, and put it on the place and see what happens. If you get fined, if you break your leg, if something with the next 2 weeks happens, take it away from there. Don't make a big waterfall. Then it's on the wrong place. Okay? If you put your little place there and you start getting money comes in and business picks up, wow, then you can really put your big aquarium there. So this is a simple test that you can do on your own.
I love this. And it's like a little goldfish or whatever. Does the water need to be flowing, or could it be still in a little bowl?
No. Water has to be flowing, otherwise stagnant water is the worst you can do. So if you have an old waterfall that's filled up with water and not moving and getting, it only grows mosquitoes, and it's not positive at all. So either have it nicely and always working. It can be an air pump, it can be a filter, something that moves the water, that's okay.
Okay, that's great advice. Mm-hmm. And then what about the coins or the Buddhas or the all of that, the coins in the doorway or the...
Okay, these are symbols, again, according to the 5 elements. I can take them, I don't need them. So if I need metal, let's say against the sickness, this year in the East there was sickness, so the official cure is to put the coin string in the East. But if I don't want to have a coin string with Chinese coins, I also can use other metal objects like a khamsa, or I can use any other things that is metal in this case. Okay, so I don't have to go always with the Chinese symbols. I can use modern symbols, but I need a certain element. That means if I say metal, I want to have metal and not plastic.
Okay. And the fish, if you're putting the bowl with the fish with the flowing water, is there a specific direction you want to place that in, or is that can be anywhere in your house?
So that's what I say. We have to find where I want it, then there I will put it, but I have to wait what happens.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, and we should never put a water tank into bedrooms. Either it can be a cure to certain sicknesses, or let's say kids, they are hyperactive or something like this, but never do it by yourself. This has to be checked up, and we have to see in the bedrooms who are the people sleeping there and if they need water or not. So this is a very sensitive issue.
This is such great information. I remember also several years ago something that stuck in my mind, and I don't remember what you said about it. I just remember the idea about it that was the color of your front door. You had said something about like if you had a red front door or something for money or for finance, or does that matter, the color of your front door?
No, not really. The front door is, the front of the house is reflecting your communication to the world, and so it has also to do with your work and career. So the first rule is to have it nicely and beautiful, because this is your career opportunity. But the color of the house depends also what direction the house turns, what energies you have in the house. So this is more specific, and I cannot say now a red door is always good. Not always. Because every 15 degrees and the house is facing, and the year the house was built, it has a different energy. So maybe you need the red door, maybe you don't really. So I would go with a neutral color.
Okay. And what about people that live very close in proximity? So their windows, they see another house or another building.
Okay, this they cannot change. But at least inside, they can make some space for themselves. They can make it the most beautiful space, because this is where they live. That's the only thing where I have influence, is my home. So this I should really pay attention, and not have it as a sterile, as a hotel room or something that I only come there to sleep. So give attention to your homes, because this is who you are.
Okay. So that's such, I love each and every piece of this and every bit of this, because even I remember you saying something about that your feet shouldn't face the door in the bedroom. And so many homes you go into and you see that that's the position that somebody would be sleeping in.
Yes, bedroom is another big subject because we are spending a few hours at night, at least sleeping there. So it should be in a beneficial position for us. That means I should have a wall behind my head to be protected. I should see the door that nobody can surprise me. But now my bed should not be exactly opposite door. Okay, so you should see the door, but not be exactly opposite. That's ideal. And of course, you should sleep in a beneficial direction again. That's another thing.
Okay. And I have a couple more questions, and I know we've got people typing in here. Mirrors. Mirrors in the bedroom,
yes.
mirrors in the ceiling, mirrors in the living room. Can you talk a little bit about mirrors?
Yes, of course. Ideal would be not to have mirrors because a mirror is reflecting the energy, and at night we want to sleep, we want to have quiet energy. So a mirror is always bringing more moving energy in it. So, but the mirror is good as long as it doesn't reflect the bed, the door, or the window. So these are the three conditions. So if I can put a mirror in a way that I don't see myself, I'm laying down, then it's okay.
Because so many people have those sliding glass mirrors in their bedrooms, or in the door.
Yes, I know. So the solution for this is I just open up the sliding door where my head is. That I don't have a mirror just opposite my head, because there the energy is influencing me most. So I can be creative. Some people they put a curtain up. Some people they simply open up the door. Other people cover the mirror with a poster or something. Other people they change the doors. So everyone according to his how he feels and his possibilities he has.
It's so natural, and it's something people can do so easily to make a shift. And so this information is just perfect. And then we have a question here about knives in the kitchen, like people that have chop box, whatever they are, with the knives.
Yes.
Should you be able to see
knives in the kitchen.
And it's okay that they're on display?
Yes, but I would put them on the side in a cover, in a block that they don't stick out like sharp corners that I can hit myself or cut myself. They have to be safely put. Usually, if I have them in a wooden block, it's okay.
Okay. Well, that's nice to know.
I saw a scary one that was really anti-Fung Shui. The block where the knives were in, it was a human body, and the knives, they were stick from all sides. This was really, yes, that was macabre.
Wow. That's crazy.
People sometimes have a funny taste.
That's crazy. Wow. That's really amazing. That's kind of scary.
Yes.
That's great. And so it's so wonderful having you. And so for people that are new to Feng Shui, do you have any advice of where do you begin? I mean, I know your books are a great place, and is the first thing to learn the directions or to know your birthday, or where do you start?
Okay, first thing I would say, you start with decluttering. Try to get rid of all the things that you don't really use. That's the first thing. Make your home as light as possible, and then you will feel light already. And then when you want to have a consultation, of course, then when you're ready for it, then you also will be ready to make more changes. Because people, they are not, they don't know yet. I had just this week I had a lady. For years, her mother-in-law tried to talk her in to getting Feng Shui? And she says, no, she won't. Now finally, the situation became so bad. The husband is sick, and so she put me in. And my best advice was to put a healthy plant in every area of her husband, to make order there. And like this, I went with her, and then she said, oh my God, it's so easy. I thought you were filling up my house with all kind of wind chimes and whatever. If I would have known this, would have asked you years ago.
That's brilliant. That's really, really brilliant. That's what I felt when I first met you. I was so blown away by the ease in which you teach and the mastery in which you teach, and that you can give me 2 or 3 tiny little things, like the single lady on the wall, or to turn the chair on my desk, or to move my bed a half an inch in an angle, whatever. Things that took 15 seconds to do that totally shifted my life.
Yes. Sometimes it's the little things that they make the difference.
And even when you say put a healthy plant, in this corner for your health, a live, healthy. It's who can't put a healthy plant like in their house?
Yes, but a lot of people, when they come, they got on for the weekend a beautiful bouquet of flowers, and they let it there and they let it die there. I said, listen, these plants are dead already. Take them out. We don't want to have anything deceased in the house. Okay, that's why every plant that we have should be healthy looking and be fresh, because every plant brings good energy.
It's such a beautiful art, and I love the fact that you practice it. I can't wait for your Mirror of Your Soul book to be in English. So,
okay.
Or you're going to have to do like a fairy tale and read it to us once upon a time. Just do it like this beautiful story. And I love the appetizers, Feng Shui and Chinese astrology, and your new book on love. And the way that you break things down and the ease, and as I was sharing with the audience at the top of the show, your sense of humor. Some of the photographs that you share of what people put on the walls or what they do in their homes, and we've all seen it. You've all been to someone's house who has this crazy artwork or these, cluttered homes or hoarders where they have books and magazines and furniture. They have to dive into their room. And then they don't understand why their life isn't working. And so I just absolutely love. And so tell us once more your website so we know how to find you.
Okay, my website is www.fengshui, FENGSHUIM.com.
Wow. It's so easy and it's so beautiful, and you have such incredible information. I love the fact that you help people find their directions and that they're able to do this. And it's just, and when you talk about, money and success, you mentioned something that I just don't want to skip over before we finish the show. But you were saying that the Northeast corner also for the law. And I know so many people have lawsuits or bankruptcy, or they even get speeding tickets or whatever that is. Is there a way to change the energy of the law?
Okay. The correction is to put there a plant in water in a glass vase. The best thing is to put the lucky bamboo there in a glass vase. Then I have the plant, I have the water, and the glass is also water energy. This is the correction. But on top of this, the best advice is don't be in the northeast area of your home. Especially don't have legal important papers there. That's so important. If you have your office there, so move it a little bit away. Either move the office from the northeast at all, or at least take all the important papers away from the northeast. This is really very important advice.
Okay. I'm making a note to self, as you say this.
Yes, as I said, you can read this.
Yes.
You can read all this for this year about the Northwest and the Northeast and the East, what you can do. It's in my website, so it's worth to do this.
Well, it's such a privilege and such an honor and such a pleasure having you on the show. And for all of you that are listening from around the world, Skype and that, send her pictures of your house. And now that you know that her 17-year-old son is a genius and that you have a compass on your phone, and you can spin around your house and tell her what's in each corner, and she can help you make changes that can literally shift your life and your finances, your health, your happiness, your romance, your love, your relationship with your spouse, your children, all of it. So, and then I have one last little question for you. So, pets. Is there a place to put the doghouse? Is there a place, do pets have a happy corner?
First of all, I love pets. And pets, they protect us. So wherever we put them, they are protecting us from bad energy. So it's good to have pets. And wherever they are, it's good. But sometimes I see that people, they put out newspapers all over the house and let them poop all over. I mean, this is not good. So at least we should teach them to, if they are small pets, teach them to use the bathroom, use one little corner, or also in the garden, to have them, that they know this corner I'm allowed to do, and I have to clean it up regularly. And But all in all, pets are our best friends.
Oh,
and it's lovely to have them.
I just wanted to see if there was, because we have so many pet lovers on this show, and we've had so many people, talking about pets and connection to pets, and I know people are like, okay, is there a place for the doghouse, a place for, and mine are so little, they're in a crib.
Yes, that's why I loved Raymond Lowe. He said he's choosing his dogs according to their dates of birth.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Well, it is so wonderful to hear your voice, and I wish you and your family a happy and a healthy and a wondrous holiday season and New Year, and we look forward to having you back in America and certainly back in California.
Thank you so much, Nicole. It's so sweet. I'm always so happy when I can meet you, when I can talk to you, and it was so great that you invited me. Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing all your incredible information and your expertise and your wisdom and your talent and your beauty and your light. And we so look forward to having you back again.
Thank you. It will be my pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. What a wonderful, wonderful guest. Wow. What a beautiful show. Annette Halfon, so she's extraordinary. And I can tell you firsthand that I've brought Annette into my very own home and had her look at my house and look at my energy field and where I have placed things. And in just a few short minutes, she's been able to make shifts that have changed my life. So I welcome you to find her. As she said, she's Skypeable, and she does fly around the world. And if she has not made it to your country or her schedule is too crazy to get to your country, find her on Skype, find her material, find her books. And if you do have the opportunity to meet her in person, she's one of the dearest, most beautiful, most talented people I've come across. So definitely take every opportunity and chance to do that as well. So this is Nicole Brandon wishing you and your family a wonderful holiday season, and we look forward to seeing you next week. And on behalf of Annette Halfon and myself, we're wishing you an unlimited life.